Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I know it's been a while, been very busy with a lot of things, but I'm back, at least right now. I'm hoping maybe to stream a bit for everyone. Uh, at least here and there to start with, and who knows what'll happen in the future. Today I'll be playing Global Rescue, a game that came out not that long ago on early access on Steam. I find it as a pretty fun game. It's basically a RTS game with you respond with emergency services to different calls. They recently just added content update where they added 50 calls, 50 or more calls that were submitted to them by the community. So I think that's pretty cool. Um, they also did some things where they made it where the traffic actually moves out of the way of the emergency vehicles when they're responding to a call. Um, they improved some things as far as the map and how like roads connect and everything. Um, they've improved the base building to where you can actually delete bases now, which I know was a headache for a while for everyone. As well as you can expand or shrink the bases as well. But I'm continuing with my first save. I'm having too much fun with this save to start over again. Will I start over again? Maybe one day, but right now I'm still having too much fun. It's kind of funny to say while everything is kind of peaceful right now. Not you know not a lot of calls going on except for this additional task right now. But let's get this guy started on his assignments for that task, and let's see let's see what we get. Uh, out of uh, Out of the 50 calls that they added from the community, I've seen several, but I know I haven't seen anywhere near all of them. So I'm still expecting to see some new calls come in. I just expanded out this area, and right now I only have this police station out here, which in real life is not there, but in this entire area, the police stations aren't in this entire area, so I had to kind of make do with what I had. The two fire stations I had though are real locations though, but the police stations unfortunately are not. But yeah, let's uh let's run some calls and let's see what comes up. He's complete with that. Kind of shocked that he got to complete that before a call came up. And I have a special task of putting some police vehicles on speed control. Don't know if I'm gonna do that right now. I've done so many of these little additional things, and honestly, I don't have a lot of reason to do right now because I get enough calls to where I level up pretty quickly, and even so, my level is at 193. There we go. First call of the night. Roof tiles that are gonna fall on the street. It's near our HQ, so we're gonna get a ladder truck out there to go take care of that. And calls will start coming in a bit slow at first, but pretty soon it'll ramp up. And usually, my luck, I get like two or three big calls at a time. So I'll end up having to empty out or pretty much empty out both of my fire stations. Uh, there we go. There's first big call right there. Firefighter, fire in a industrial building. I get this one quite often. I'm gonna send these three guys over there. I'm gonna send my first responder as well as ambulance, and I'm gonna send a couple of police units as well. And now, for those of you who haven't played this game, when a call on the side goes from red to blue, that means you have enough units responding. We got a pickpocketing. Where is this? Right at Walmart. The location here is in real life is a Walmart, so it's not surprising that someone's pickpocketing there. Honestly, we'll only send one cop to this one one police car, two cops technically, because in my regular police units as well as my sheriff units, these all have two officers assigned to them. Where my state police, as you would kind of expect for state police units, each car should only have one. I have to tell these guys to only run with one, but like these guys, these two were my first units, so they already just have one selected. He has one selected. Oh, run with one. But yeah, for anyone who hasn't played this game, it's a pretty fun game. When a call turns yellow, that means there's units on scene that can perform a task. So let's get these guys starting on extinguishing a fire for the engines. Ladder trucks, they're primarily used for like rescue operations, so we're gonna have them do reconnaissance, and these two cops, we're gonna have them close the roads down. They put that fire out pretty quickly. Oh nope, it actually spread. All right, so let's get them on that. Uh, I'll take care of the tree in a second. Let's get this guy start working on the roof tiles, because if we don't take care of those roof tiles, all right, thank you for that. If we don't take care of those roof tiles quick enough, they will eventually fall on people, and we'll need an ambulance. What does he need to do? I guess we'll have him do the gasoline leak, and these two, they'll take care of onlookers now that are crowding the scene. Uh, Pickpocketing. Our officer here has to arrest the perpetrator. Sometimes this game can be a fast-paced game with a lot of calls happening at a lot of times, or sometimes you'll just have a couple of calls. Where is my nearest? There it is. Okay, so I need to send an engine to go to the tree on the road, even though we could send a ladder. But all right, and these guys are still working on the fire spread. Uh, Pickpocketing. All right, now we can get this guy transported to the prison. And now, when you play this game, it does have real life locations. So, like right here is a school. That's actually in this area in real life. Um, Actual calls that are set for schools will pop up there, but the hospital and prison locations will pop up randomly. Um, Little dispatch building I have here just for all my dispatchers, and I have some prison transport units as well. Yep, not shocked that happened. Let's get a state trooper up there. I'll send one of the unit marked guys. Uh oh. And a dog bite. Way over here. Who's close? You're close. So we're gonna send. We'll send two of these officers for the dog bite, but we'll also need an ambulance to go and respond to that as well as the first responder. So they're gonna go and check that out. We have an additional task. Playground. Check playground for safety hazards, and that's gonna be a cop's job. So click on send to and check playground, and they'll take their time getting there because it's just a task. It's not an emergency call. But but yeah, for those of you that don't know, this game does use real world locations. So like this is actually a town that's near me that I chose to start at, and it starts off as a little square, but then you can expand the map through research. Right here, you can expand the area map, and as well as get some other upgrades like better fuel economy, better you know, better dirt management on your vehicles. But it's not a bad game. I enjoy it a lot, and from what I've seen, a lot of people are enjoying it. And honestly, I hope it only gets better because I can see myself playing this game for a very long time. All right, let's see what's going with the dog bite. How long? They're down the road still. What do we got? A burglary. I just went past something here. Yeah. Let's get him assigned to check the playground. And I got a new evaluation, so I got some money. Total rating is 93%. I'm trying to get to 100%, but it's very difficult. Um, but here's basically all the stats for the past day. Um, I was at a 96 successful missions apparently, but it went down by 4%. That kind of sucks. Um, Everything else is pretty up there. This average assignment duration apparently is not as good as it could be, as well as employee satisfaction. But I still got some good money, and as you can see, I'm not at a heartache for money right now. So, but let's get some units to this call. Seems like it's going to be a call for my troopers because they're the closest guys there. Since each vehicle only has one officer, I'll send 3 units. Hopefully, it doesn't bite me in the butt later on. Alright, our firefighter finally arrived at tree in a road. Let's get him to start to remove the tree. The state trooper is almost there to take down the vehicle information and from the vehicle running into the tree. What's going on with Dogbite? Dogbite, they're almost there. At least the cops are anyway. First responder and ambulance have a bit of a way to go. And then burglary. Yeah, burglary, they still got a bit to go. Uh, Alright, record the damage. And now all the units, they go as fast on the road as they would be allowed to in real life. So like this road right here that you're seeing is usually about 40 to 45 miles per hour. So that's why you were seeing them going a certain speed. Now, if you look at them, they're going slower because this road is usually 30 miles an hour. So the game takes that into account as well. All right. All right. Emergency on a fairground ride. For that, we need a ladder. And we're also going to need first responder and an ambulance. We're also going to need a cop there, actually, too. So, who's going to be the best option for that? Honestly, it's going to be him, because he's right there. So, let's get him on the way there. And there you go, it's blue. We have all of our units responding that we need. And let's get these guys treating the dog bite. We have an eviction as an additional task, and it's over here by our other police department. We'll just send the one unit. Oh, and you send both for this. Go evict some people. Our units are at the emergency fairground, at least the cops are. He's going to secure the scene, because if you don't secure the scene, it will lead to other issues. What those issues are, I don't know yet. I haven't had to deal with that. Alright, dog bite call has been completed. Guess the guy didn't need to go to the hospital, which is good, because that doesn't tie up my ambulance. Oh, here's a new call. We have an active shooter going on. Alright. I'm sending at least 4 officers, and behind here I have SWAT teams, so I'm going to send one of my SWAT teams to go take care of that as well. I'll just send my cops for now. I'm sure we'll need EMS and other things like that, so we'll let them take care of that. Let's get these guys to arrest the perpetrator. And the more units that you have doing one task at a time, and the higher skilled that each employee is, they will cause the progress bar to go up quicker. Let's get the ladder, rescue that guy from height. We have units on scene of the active shooter since they're right there down the road. Let's have these guys start finding and eliminating the threat. That should always be the first priority of an active shooter call. Uh, Burglary call. Let's go question witnesses, even though 3 of them don't need to do that. That's okay. Yeah, see. It's getting a little crazier now, so I have to keep going back and forth from call to call. Okay. We're gonna I'm gonna secure the body. That's what we're gonna do. now we're gonna secure the rest of the building. Uh, Now you're on scene. I don't know why SWAT took so long to do all that. Uh, we got I told them all to transport, but whatever. Alright. Now can we start doing other things? Let's see. You two will go to the exit doors. You two deal with crowded people. You're doing rescue ops. And we're gonna need uh, and a commercial fire alarm. Awesome. Alright. Well, I'm gonna send this ambulance to the active shooter call. I'll send these guys to the commercial automatic alarm. It's probably gonna end up being a false alarm, but you never know. So we'll see how that ends up working. I think I need an officer for the commercial alarm as well. There we go. The active shooter, clearly we need a lot more units, but I'll just roll with what I got right now. Uh, we need SWAT for the eviction? Really? Alright, that's an interesting one. Alright, send him over to the eviction. I'll keep the cop there. Alright, and we need these guys for rescue ops to go in with SWAT. He's gonna take care of injured people. I don't have any more of the medics, right? Because I sent this guy over here. Let's actually have him come back to the active shooter call. So we need to have as many people helping out with that. He's gonna check the situation. And the fire rigs will be there in a second to do that as well. Alright, now these guys can work on the rest of the injured individuals. And these guys are gonna check the situation. What do we have? Small fire. Overload it with water so we can get done. There we go. Cops need to assess the damage. Over here, ambulance needs to transport. Ooh, 5 people. I need more ambulances. Do I have one over here? I do. So we're gonna send them to the active shooter call. Uh, that's 3. I need 2 more ambulances. There we go. There's my 2 right there. Let's get them over to the active shooter call. Alright, so it's blue, so we have all the units we need to go there. SWAT's still on their way to this call. Not that much farther though. So like now everything's starting to slow down again. So like that's what I like about this game. It's not just straight going, boom, 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 constantly, constant calls. You'll have an uptick of a bunch of calls, sometimes a few large calls at the same time, kind of exhausting, all your units. But then after it's all said and done, you know, then after it's all said and done, you get like a little lull, and dare I say it, you get a little quiet time. I know I'm not supposed to say the Q word in within emergency services and many other professions, but there you go. I said it. You get a little downtime from time to time. And sometimes it's short lived. Sometimes it lasts a little bit longer. But hey, that's that's honestly true to life. I've been in fire departments before. I've been in I currently work in security, so it's all like that. You got lulls, and then all of a sudden you get a big incident going on, and you don't rest at all, probably for the whole shift. So I like that it's true to life like that. These guys taking their time getting over there, but cannot forget that they are ambulances and not one of the fly cars. Those guys are done and on the way back now. Papa Sweeps, what's up? Alright, get that transported, and one more. Boom, that call is done. Alright, there we go. So now, uh, he's over there. Let's get those people evicted. For some reason, you need a SWAT team to evict people. I guess maybe they're violent or something, I don't know. But if they're violent, I feel like that should have been an emergency call, but hey, who am I to judge, I guess, right? He has someone to take to the prison. That's going to be a long drive for him because it's literally on the other side of the map. So he has to drive all down this way and come over here. He has to go right there. Alright, everyone's done with calls. The additional task is done, so now they're all just driving back to their stations. Now, each of the stations, they have refueling points as well as car wash points, so that's while they're here. If they need any fuel or if they have any dirty vehicles, they'll automatically wash themselves and refuel themselves, which is nice. Beginning of the game, you have to pretty much tell them to do that yourself, but like I said in the research, you can upgrade that so the way they do it automatically. So there we go. Trade in weapons, and of course it's all the way up there, and they don't have any SWAT unit yet, so I'm gonna have to grab these guys to go get it, go do it. Hopefully this doesn't bite me in the ass, and hopefully I don't need SWAT on this half of the map while they're doing that. Otherwise, I'll have to send units from there. And while that's not a big issue, that is a bit of a distance, especially since these Bearcats they don't drive that fast. I mean, look how slow he's going on a 30-mile-an-hour road. So, especially since the one thing that I like when they're not going to an emergency, if you can see it, they obey the traffic laws. They stay behind the traffic. Like I think that's pretty cool that they did that for when they're not going to an emergency. And I'm honestly kind of shocked that they did that at the launch of the game, but didn't have it to where the cars actually move over out of the way when they're going to an emergency at the launch of a game. But that's being a little nitpicky. But I don't mind that too much. But yeah, so it's gonna take him a little bit to get all the way over here because I don't think there's a direct way now. So that means he has to come up here all the way through down this way. Then nope, he can't even come up this way. He has to come all the way through, all the way over here from what it looks like, and then come up this road. Yeah, yeah, he's got a bit of a drive, unfortunately. Well, let's see, 18 minutes to get to that. He should get there in that time because of where he is. Excuse me. Yes, Papa Sweeps. We can play Division tomorrow. Yes, for sure. And who knows? Maybe I'll stream it if you're okay with it, or I'll just record it. But yeah, no, we're definitely playing Division 2 tomorrow. V was supposed to play Division 2 with me today, but I guess she had other stuff that she needed to get done. So maybe we can get her to play with us tomorrow. Everyone back at their stations? No, you're still going to the prison. You guys are almost back. Oh, yes, they do. So we got a heat wave going on, so I'll need my ambulances all set and ready, which seems like they are. These two are just making back to their station now. That crew is pretty good to roll out next time, and so are these guys, so they're all set. And these guys are all back at their station. They seem like, oh, no, I got two missing. Where are the other two? Or is it, maybe it's these two that are missing. Okay, so these two are going all the way over there. That's what's going on. Okay, not a big deal. At least they're on the way back, and they're still pretty good to go. Oh, look at that. I found a call just as it was coming up. Burning building. Alright. Alright, burning building. So I'm going to send... Oop, a little lag there. Send these guys to the burning building. I'll send ambulance and a first responder as well. Because there's usually at least one injured person that needs to be taken care of. But they don't always need to be transported, which is a good thing. I'm going to send a couple of my sheriff deputies to the call as well for crowd control, traffic control, whatever needs to be done. But yeah. Oh boy. And a kitchen fire all the way over here. Alright. Let's get these guys going. Oh, the ladder too. There we go. They're going out to the kitchen fire. Oh, this road got screwed up again. God damn. Did not want that to happen. Alright, whatever. Well, they're going to be on the way. And like I did with the other call, I'm going to send ambulance and first responder as well. But I also need cops to go there, and my state troopers are right down the road, so we'll send both these guys to go down there. You know I'm not ignoring you, wifey. Alright, these guys are going. They're going to get there. It's probably not much that they're going to be able to do other than the crowd control, I believe, needs to be done. No. They're probably going to be able to do the exploration. Oh, and an oil spill. Where is this at? Who's closer? Who's closer? I will send these guys. We only need an engine to go to the oil spill. I'll send a cop too. Sometimes the traffic hazards can become something else. So let's send them there just to preemptively prevent something else happening. Alright, all these guys are still on the way. The deputies there, almost there. Troopers are there, but we have the fire services coming up on it now. And these guys aren't too far away from that call. Oh, there we go, kitchen fire, they're there. Let's start getting engine on firefighting. Let's get him on evacuation. And the ambulance and the first responder are going to be just on standby, waiting for people to come out of this. Alright. Let's get them on exploration as well as the ladder. Now the officers have something to do. Let's get them both on clearing the onlookers because I don't want any of them getting injured. Let's get these guys on. Let's get all of them on person rescue because they're not doing anything. Oh, have they? Alright. Oh, there we go. Leveled up once again. Like, at this point, it really doesn't matter. 195. Pretty much have everything upgraded and more money than I know what to do with at this point. But like I said, I still enjoy this game, so Alright, here we go. This is where we needed the crowd control. So deputies are going to take care of the crowd control. We got our first engine pulling up on scene. I'll wait for the second one to get on scene so I can tell both of them to start on the fire. Boom, get going on fire. The rest of them are just going to be sitting there chilling. Have another call. Come on. Let's get rid of that oil. And residential fire alarm triggered. Uh, we'll have one engine go to this one. This will probably be nothing. Oh, next evaluation. And we're back up to 95%. Alright. Let's see if we can get higher than that. I haven't gotten higher than 95% yet. But we shall see. They're going to investigate that. You finally made it there, so let's get you dealing with that. And you'll finish it pretty quickly, actually. You're not far away from there. This call is going to be just about done. And there we go. Alright, now we just have the residential alarm, which, I mean, more times than not, it usually is triggered to be something small. Not that worrisome, so only one engine can handle it. Here we go. Traffic accident. I'll send units to that in a second. I just want to assign this guy so you can figure out what's going on over here. He's going to check the situation. Now I'll start sending guys over here. Oh, look, I can send my deputies to it to go secure the scene. Alright, no sign of smoke. They're going to check on the inside now. I need some... Let's get these two engines out to that call, and let's get an ambulance and the first responder as well. Industrial building. I'll send their... I don't know why I do that. Alright, I'm just going to send all of you guys. Go take care of that. See, there we go. We actually got a false alarm on this one, which means I will send them to the industrial building fire. Get someone there a little quicker than the rest. Alright, good. So now we just need to wait for these guys to get over there. The ambulance always lagging behind. Physiotherapy guidance after a stroke. Okay, oh, well, we have a birthday party getting out of hand. Okay. Ah! You know what? We're going to send the unnamed guys so far. We're gonna send them out there. A vehicle has caught fire. Oh, at this call, they're almost there. I got enough units going there. Where's this call? It's right there. I think I need a fly car for this one. Nope, I need an ambulance instead. That's one thing I don't understand. Like to some of these additional calls, a fly car can't really do anything for them, but an ambulance can when the ambulance doesn't has lower rated, medical staff. So I don't that I don't really understand, but hey, get him started, and now let's get these guys working on this. And back over here to get the rest of these guys working. He's gonna do reconnaissance. Oh, I forgot to send cops there to close the roads. Get over there. Do some more reconnaissance. People on the staircase. trap people. They're getting over there now, so let's have these guys assess the situation. I need to take care of this. See, all over the map again, like before. You don't close the roads, you take care of the injured person. The smoke inhalation guy can wait. You guys did the accident report. And you do that. Come back over here. Cops are about to be there. Let's come back over here. Arrest. Let's have them arrest the perpetrator while we get some EMTs over there. Apparently people got hurt. Oh, that wasn't too smart of that party guest then, was it? Oh. Well, that's how that happened. Okay. Get smoke inhalation taken care of. It looks like that's one of the calls done. Uh, Clear out the onlookers. Birthday party. Oh, I see a fire there now. I see a fire here now. Okay, so now when you fire, see, this is a call I haven't dealt with yet. That's why I wasn't expecting that fire. Uh, we're gonna get all these guys going. We already have medical team en route to there, so we don't have to worry about that. And you're gonna transport the one person. That's good. Where are you going? You were going. Okay. Jesus Christ. I have a person. They have a person flipping out, destroying things, and then they also have a guy setting their house on fire. I feel bad for these people. Good God. They're trying to have a birthday party for their kid. I would hope so. Alright, two that need to be transported to prison. Let's document the damage next. How long until that fire spreads? Oh, they got 5 minutes. They got plenty of time to get there. My SWAT guys are just getting back from that additional task from before. Good God. Thank God I haven't needed them. Alright, damage was documented. And, you can transport. And, you can transport. Um, you can go ahead, start going to the prison. I'll keep the one on scene. Come on. Start working on the injuries. Uh, you're there right now, so let's get you working. See, like the guys in the ambulance can take care of this call, but the actual first responders can't, who are usually more advanced than the guys on the ambulance. That I don't make, doesn't make sense. I wish that was different. All right, we just need these guys to put out the fire now. Taking their sweet time to get there. All right, there we go. All right, let's get both of them working on it. We'll have him work on it too if he's able to. He is not, so that should be done after that part of the call. Seems like everyone else is heading back to where they were dispatched from, if they're not already back there now. There we go. That call is done. Beautiful. Beautiful. Whew. That was a little bit of a longer run than normal, but hey, not too hard. Got it all taken care of. I gotta say, I do want to see like some bigger calls that require like a lot more resources and a lot more units than what we see right now. For like, people who have it all set up like I do. But it's nothing that's gonna if they don't add that, it's not like it's gonna make me not wanna continue playing the game or anything. I'll always want to continue playing this game. But it'd be a nice little addition to have like one of those calls that's just like has such magnitude that like all other calls pause because you need to send all your units to that one call. I think that would be an interesting curveball to throw every now and then for the higher, at least like the higher level players who have all their stuff pretty much set up and they're just adding more bases to extend their reach onto parts of their uh, parts of their map. He's sitting there. Shouldn't take him too long to get there. Might take him a little bit to complete, but that's fine. He's got 25 minutes to get there and complete it. They're heading back from wherever they came from. Everyone else is pretty much back at their station except for him. Yeah, so now this is just one of the lulls I was talking about before where we're just going to be chilling for a bit, waiting for the next calls to pop up, or at the very least, waiting for this unit to get to this additional task, which is there now. So let's get him on his task, and it'll take him a little bit to complete that, but he's got 24 and a half minutes to get it done, so I'm not too worried. He'll get it done by then. If the time starts getting low and he's still not done with it, I'll send another unit. But right now, I shouldn't have to do that. Everyone just taking their sweet time, getting back to their stations. These two going to the prison, which unfortunately is all the way over here, which is not. There you go. It's right here. So it's going to take them a bit to get there, and then they got to get all the way back over here. So, but they'll get there. They will get there. You know what? For the fun of it, let's put some units out on speed control just to uh, just to do this real quick. Just to have something to do. Get some of my state troopers to do it. It makes more sense to do for them to do that. So send them to a random location. Uh, I'll send him over there. Oh boy! Just as I do that. All right, where is this? Up there in that neighborhood. All right. Well, I'm gonna send a bunch of these guys to get there, as well as my SWAT. And if a car crashes into a crowd, I'm gonna need EMT units, so let's get them up there as well. I'll send 2 ambulances, and I'll send a couple of fire trucks because sometimes fuel will leak from vehicles. So we should be good there. Cops will get there first to secure the scene. Oh, what do we got over here? Oh boy, another vehicle incident. So we'll get these two to go to that. Actually, let's get the ladder to go too. Sirens are a little loud. Let's get the ladder to go there too. I will need the medical team. S2's far in. A lot of sirens going on right now because of the calls. And let's get a couple officers to go to this one as well. Jesus, and they're already there. They're gonna check the situation, see what's going on. My officers are heading to this call up here. What do we got? Alright, well, got them on the way. They're just taking forever to leave the station for some reason. And my cops are going to be a little while till they get there. Alright, while they're trying to get there, let's go back over to this guy. And we're going to assign him the task of speed control. Now he'll stop. He will stop vehicles as they go by. Oh, and we have a fire alarm activation. But alright, thank you. But he'll stop vehicles as they go by, which not many will go by at night. But he'll stop them. He'll check them for the speed, and if they're speeding, they get a citation. They get a ticket. Uh, let's see. I think I sent one of these guys. Do I have to send one of these guys? I don't know, but I'll send them, and then I'll send an engine as well. Some of these calls you have to send both. It's gonna take him a while to get there. Hopefully, it's not too crazy of a call, but we shall see. All right, let's get over here. We got our officers here at the car crash into a crowd, as well as our SWAT. Oh, what do we got? It's a real thing. So let's get them to arrest. They're gonna do crowd control, and now we're waiting for everyone else to get on scene. Let's see. We got our officers over here now. Now we can close the traffic. And while they're working on their stuff, we can send one guy to the graffiti call here. They're gonna help with arresting. All right. Oh, and up another level. 5 injured people, so let's get them working on that. And let's take care of that fuel leakage. Arrest the perpetrator. I thought I put them on that. I guess they can't do that call. I guess they can't do that. So let's have them question. What are you doing now? We'll have him transport. Alright. Let's have them use. And this guy will work on that. There we go. There's my cops. Hello, come on. You control the crowd. Start working on injured people. You guys use on the fuel leakage. Why am I doing that? Let's just do this. There we go. And 5 emergency. I need 3 more ambulances. Let's get them working on the minor injuries first. Oh boy. Alright, I need 3 more ambulances. There they are. This is for crashes into a crowd. That's what it is. Where is this call? Hello. There it is. Yep, of course it's up there. I need another ambulance for there. That's gonna suck. Let's get him over there. Let's come over here. Oh, he's at the additional task. And let's get an ambulance to go out to that call. Alright. All the calls have the units that they need right now. Let's see how long that lasts. He's still doing the speed control over there. Oop. Let's see. Huh. He's gotten 3 violators so far. Alright. Why didn't that turn yellow? It usually turns yellow. Alright. Send those guys. So now I got 3 other ambulances on the way there to pick up those last 3. I got 1 more going there for the last. This engine still hasn't made it there. I'm going to need more units because that's First part's gonna fail. I'm gonna send all these guys. Yep, there we go. I failed that. So now there's 7 fires. It's a pretty extensive call now. Awesome. And I'm just gonna send all these guys. Get that whole station deployed. What now? Oh, evaluation. I went down to 92. Yeah, I'm not shocked. Oh man. After I just cleared out the entire freaking station for the fucking school call. Alright. Oh, I'll just send these two because something tells me I'm gonna regret it if I do any more than that. Do I have any ambulances here? No. But at least I can send a fly car. Oh! Alright, we finally have a unit over here at the fire alarm activation. Let's get him working on the fire. Let's get him start clearing the crowd. And check the defibrillators. Okay. There, I think I have a unit that can do that. There we go. Alright, nope, he can't. Why can't he not do that? I don't understand. You're gonna stay there at the base then. Whatever. I'll worry about that some other time. I gotta clear this out. These guys are finally here. There we go. Alright, so all those guys are done now at least. This call is a rather big one. Uh, let me send some cops there. Oh, what do we have over here? Oh, here we go. Excellent. Now that one's completed. I've got a lot less on my board now. Alright. He is still on the way to this. He's almost there. And another. Good God. See? I'm glad I kept these two engines over here at the HQ. I am glad. I only need one of them, but I'm glad I kept them both there. I can send him there. Get him started over there, but I don't know. He might finish with that and then be able to do that. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I need an ambulance to go there. I don't have an available one, do I? I do not. Oh, now I do. Alright, he's going to the fire at the lumber yard. These guys are just getting on that road. God. So this is what I mean when sometimes you just get slammed with a bunch of big calls. It just gets crazy. Um, I'll let these guys go back to the station. Alright. Of course they did. Arrest the perpetrator there. Hey, he finally got there. Let's get him working on the roof tiles. I need cops to go there now. You have been volunteered. Okay. Alright. Time to do some crowd control. This is actually a pretty decently big fire. You got an injured person right there to take care of. You have some fire to deal with. Actually, this might require more units. That's great. That's great that there's another building on fire. Of course they have, because they're all freaking morons. There, all of you go there. I don't care who's there and who's not. I might need an ambulance. I don't have one. Cool. Uh, question of witnesses. I could use more units there actually. Let's start getting you guys over there. Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna need the transport guys for that one. Let's get these guys to roll out. I am really getting slammed right now. Let's get these guys taking care of the injured people. What else do you guys need to do? No. You guys go to the prison. I know, I have so many. Oh, all these people are. Good God. This is the emergency doctor, so. Holy cow. Why do I have SWAT here? I guess you could do crowd control if you're gonna be here. These guys can't work from height. I need a ladder here, which is on the way. I could do that. You guys do that. Burning building. Crash into a fire hydrant. When did that come up? Jesus Christ. Alright. I'll have him go there. Accident in a parking lot. Good lord. Alright. Let's get those taken care of quickly so this way when these bigger ones are done, hopefully it's take a freaking breather, man. Jesus Christ. It's one person I have to transport there. Alright. That call's finally done. Holy cow. This one is the last bit of it's being worked on. And the burning building is taking forever. So, at the risk of exhausting all my fire units on this side of the map, let's get them heading over there. I have a unit going there. Yes, I see that. Question the witnesses. Let's see what's going on with that. That's right, I need an ambulance for that. Do I have one? I do indeed. Whatever you're done doing what you're doing, that's where you're going next. Do that. Let me come over here. Do that. Let's see if that leads to anything bigger than what I hope it does. Emergency transport. You need another ambulance there. Why am I not shocked whatsoever? Come back here. You're going there because there's another person that needs to be picked up. You already have someone, so you're going to the hospital. You go to the burning building because they don't have a ladder yet, and they need one. Holy cow! All right, well, we have 3 calls still active right now, waiting for the last ambulance to get here. Um, Still taking care of this call. I think I have the final units that I need going there. And over here, looks like that's it. There we go. All right, so that one's done. And I'm. Wait, it says to send a firefighter there? Why am I sending a firefighter to check on defibrillators? Alright then. Well, apparently that's what they want, so that's what they're gonna get. He's there so he can rescue from height. Do I have an ambulance here? I do not have an ambulance here, actually. Let's get 2 there just for the fun of it. And we have our last guy here. Take. Oh, what did I miss? Oh Jesus. Well, that happened unfortunately, and I only have 30 seconds to get my 2 guys over here to help the first responders take care of the injured people, which is not going to be enough time. They can wait a little bit longer. I'm trying to deal with this last emergency call. I'm not going to complete it in time because I only have 1 second, and there it goes. Yep. Oh, that was not a good call. I don't fail calls often, but that's probably the one instance where I will when I'm getting swamped with bigger calls and smaller calls come in that accidentally get ignored. Oh man. But I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. This was basically just a test stream to see if I had all my stuff working. Seems like I do for the most part. Maybe some tweaks here and there, but we're gonna leave it there for now. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna try to stream more, and hopefully bring you guys some content again. Uh, you know, got a lot more free time, so thank you everyone again for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys next time.